And I'd like to hope that the people around him are saying, this is just fucking weird now. Right? That it's not funny. It's not funny anymore. Right? That this guy's towering over all of us. And all we can do is be evil. Right? And so, in that way, I sent an email earlier today. And because I do everything in the light of day, we're gonna read it right here. Right? And this was sent to the New Beverly, right? As well as Vintage Cinemas, which is where I sent my first letters, 1822 North Vermont Avenue. As well as to Ari Emanuel, right? His agent, Mike Simpson, right? This guy, right? William Morris Endeavor, right? As well as Fish, right? As well as the Discovery Institute, as well as David Mamet, as well as Paul Schrader, right? As well as Francesca Scorsese, right? For her father, as well as the Tribeca Film Festival, right? As well as the Hollywood Reporter Scott Feinberg, right? As well as the Burbank International Film Festival. Regarding Quentin Tarantino and the Movie Critic, this email is not to Quentin. It's to everyone who answers to him. Everyone who sees him as someone to look up to. I am the actual reason he canceled the Movie Critic. And he has been on a campaign to destroy me for some time. Newsflash, he'll lie. I know. Why would he admit he is a sick degenerate? If I have nothing to do with the Movie Critic, then Quentin's conversation with Robert De Niro last June has nothing to do with me either. So why hasn't he released it? Attached is a link to a couple of attached are some links to a couple of videos on my YouTube channel. I only put one, but I invite whomever to watch them. They are the real story. 130,000 words doesn't just emerge out of madness. That's not how literature works. So when he looks you in the eye and says he has no idea what I'm talking about, that is a message that you should interpret as Quentin doesn't respect me and feels he doesn't have to be honest with me or, in truth, with anyone. He is a sad, dishonest man, co-leagued with that fine wife and whomever else spends their time with the two of them in devotion to the dark arts. Every time he speaks with anyone or does anything publicly, you should all be aware of the fact that he pays people to torture me because he went so far he has no choice but to watch me forever. As long as we do not reconcile, and we never will. He's a sad, weird guy. Everything I am talking about he sees as necessary, you see? That he tortured me so much that now he has to have someone watching over me forever, because if he slips and gives me the brevity to not worry, then I can make his life miserable as well. He wanted me to sue, now I never will. But my channel is picking up steam, and since he thought it was appropriate to destroy my mind and compel me to madness, I'm making it my business to destroy the reputations of anyone around him, because that's my right. It's his right to be evil. I cannot control what he does, but I can talk about it to the world and make sure the WME, as well as the New Beverly, as well as the Los Feliz 3, as well as Pam's Coffee, as well as the Church of Tarantino podcast, as well as the Burbank International Film Festival are held accountable. This isn't anything other than a disclaimer. You all, any of you, Fish, David Mamet, Paul Schrader, Martin Scorsese, Mike Simpson, Ari Emanuel, any and all of you, could have held him accountable and still can. But since you think our pathological relationship is worthy of no conscious effort or action from any of you, then it's my right to discuss it in the open air. And I will be uploading all of these emails onto my Substack in due time. It sickens me how all of you have just absconded with ethics, with heart, with integrity, and put all your eggs into Quentin's basket, never questioning where all of my words come from, how I can still have so much to say. And so now the theaters are in on the joke. The joke being, anyone who doesn't eat Quentin's psychic ass deserves to be destroyed. Just ask him about the screening of Jackie Brown. Just ask him. And when you see his eyes shift, and his gait become unsteady, and his breathing patterns undulate, then you'll know. If you watch this video and believe in any way anything that I claim in this or any of my videos is true, then every time you look him in the eye and don't hold him accountable, The specter of Harvey Weinstein lingers over you all. And what I mean by that is, everyone knew what he did for a long time. It was written into his contract. Sexual harassment payouts, I mean. And they all said, well, that's Harvey. I'm not the one doing these awful things. He pays the bills. What can you do? Well, that's Quentin. I'm not the one torturing Brian. He pays the bills. What can you do? I live in perpetual anxiety he's going to send people to kill me. And make no mistake, he watches me constantly. I am a psychic threat, you understand? He knows I can do all the same things. And so, I am letting you all know that any and all of you can hold him accountable and let me get some peace of mind by speaking in person to someone and resolving this amicably, so that I do not go through my life under the constant assumption that this powerful man seeks my life. I have no choice but to assume that. And if you read my novel, you would understand perfectly fine how serious it all is, and how ugly and evil he appears to be to me, and will remain so until I speak to those involved in a meaningful way. I do not ask for the world. What gives you all the understanding that it is better for us all to persist in this way? If we just persist, eventually my YouTube channel will pay me a good living. I will be famous without Quentin. I never needed him. And I will have the means, as well as the facility, to watch any and all of you in the same way he watches me, and I'll have to. And if it persists, and we just never speak to each other once I'm set financially, I have to also assume he will pay private investigators to actually watch me. And this condition is a pendulum. If Quentin is not a paranoid psychopath, then there is no reason we should not have already settled this thing. And as long as we persist in this way, he proves himself a dangerous, evil man. If he is using my scene, he should pay me a fair market value, including emotional distress. But if not, he need only make a statement acknowledging me, denouncing the dark arts and wishing me well. Or if he doesn't want to do that, WME can represent me and get my novel published. But I have to see something tangible. Or I continue with my channel reminding everyone who listens that everyone who has been in on these emails insulate an evil, dangerous man who has been seeking my life for going on 2 years with tactics he can always deny. And in front of the camera, that's one thing. But all of you see him in more intimate ways. And if he lies to all of you, he proves me right. I'll never stop talking about it. I have no incentive to be quiet. I tried, and he thought it was funny to continue traumatizing me, so we're talking about it every day. You all support in your own ways an evil practitioner. And now, every time you see him, know that he has people watching me constantly. That every time any of you interact with him, he has someone else in his Pulp Fiction sex dungeon Temple of Baphomet remote viewing me, and making sure I do not conspire to destroy him as he has tried to destroy me.